Here we are today with Managing Director at CNB Consultant, Mr. Mounir. How has the role of a specification writer evolved, especially concerning the integration of new technologies and materials in the construction industry?
Working as a specification writer for the past 25 years.
Wow.
I started out training under my dad.
What's your vision for how CNB can shape the future of construction and design in the Middle East?
Our vision is to put more light and shed more light about the importance of specifications. That's the main thing we've started with, and that's the main driver where we are trying to do and try to have more people in the market that focus on specifications and looking at it.
So welcome Mounir on GBB Unplugged. Here we are today with Managing Director at CNB Consultant, Mr. Mounir. So Mounir, welcome on the podcast. I would like to begin by asking you, you got like 15 years of experience in the field, or 15 years or more. How has the role of a specification writer evolved, especially concerning the integration of new technologies and materials in the construction industry?
Thank you, Ravi, for having me here. I've been in the specification working as a specification writer for the past 25 years.
Wow.
I started out training under my dad.
And I've heard some amazing things about your dad, mainly through Charles, but
Yes.
yeah.
So he was a good specification writer. He was a very good specification writer, and an excellent mentor. And I've learned a lot from him. And I started very young in this. And
How old were you?
I was in school. So effectively, with years and the more I advanced, I learned specifications and materials. I've noticed one main driving force that made us, me and Kamal, actually put pressure to create CNB. There was a demand and the weakness in the specification field in the Middle East region. It's not saying that it's not available at all, but not as much as it should be. And there was one main element that's always had us troubled very early, that they always consider architects, some architects consider the specs as an off-the-shelf element. Just pull it up, put it in the project and submit. And whereas we believe that it's not like that. And this is where CNB has started, and we're trying to contribute even in a small element, in a small segment, which is what we're trying to do. Touching on technology and
The materials.
and materials. This is what we started end of last year, and it's one of the additional services we took on board this year. We have a prototype that we're currently working on. We started linking specific. We have a software now that
You created it?
No, we didn't create it. It's
Okay.
there. It has been there for more than 10 years.
Right.
But we took on board the challenge of integrating specs within the BIM model and Revit. So we did all the necessary touch-ups to start with integration of specs into the BIM. We have a prototype currently we're trying, and hopefully in the coming month or so, we should be 100% ready for that. And this is one of the main targets this year. So to try to get technology and use technology that's available now, it will. I don't expect it will be an easy step. No, it's very difficult. It's a challenge, and I think it will be a long way until we reach where we aim to reach. But we are happy to start.
And how old is CNB?
CNB was established in 2010, so it is around
Okay.
it's
15 years now.
old. I've been in CNB for the past 10 years.
Nice.
Yeah, time flies.
What I've heard from the industry and with the people that we interact with, that you've been at the forefront of the specification consultancy in the region. What's your vision for how CNB can shape the future of construction and design in the Middle East?
Our vision is to put more light and shed more light about the importance of specifications. That's the main thing we've started with, and that's the main driver where we are trying to do and try to have more people in the market that focus on specifications and looking at it. We can provide valuable, as CNB, we can provide valuable resources for consultants and contractors and even developers, even suppliers. So we can work with everybody. Our target is to work with everybody to try to take up the quality of specifications and make sure that the right material is used in the right place.
So what do you mainly solve? Why should a developer work with CNB?
We, even though we do only specifications, but we can deliver the specification service in multiple formats, in multiple versions that can help every segment of the industry. So answering your question, a developer, we can support him in technical reviews, looking at the specifications versus the drawings, and looking at the drawings versus the BOQ, and most importantly, and the element that's typically missed in every project, most of the projects, is looking at the specs versus the BOQ. So we need to make sure that what we are specifying actually correlates with drawings. This is what we do usually in every project. But at the same time, what was specified is actually correlating with the BOQ. Because when you have a cost and you have a cost plan, what a small sentence I write in the specs multiplies your cost tremendously if it is not properly coordinated together. So this is where we can support developers in shedding lights about discrepancies, about issues in specifications that are not there, that are missing in the BOQ, that is something wrong with the specifications that's not matching with the drawings, discrepancies. So there's a lot of things we can help.
That's the technical side. And also, does it support on the cost side as well?
We don't provide cost services as of now.
Okay. What's one thing about cost consultancy that one thing the people even within the industry have misunderstood in general?
Cost consultancy? What I've seen several times is the cost is an important element in every project.
For sure.
But if the cost consultant doesn't take into consideration all the elements that are written in the tender documents, it becomes a problem. So if I put in my specification something and the cost consultant didn't price according to the requirements I'm putting, we will lead to a problem on site. So everything that we can arrange at the level of the design stage, pre-tender, is good to save as much as possible of problems on site and have a clear document in the hand of the site engineer and the contractor. So having the cost consultant properly coordinating with the specification writer is a very important element and often misunderstood in the market.
Well, what do you like about your job, Munir? I generally see you as a very passionate person in the work that you do, and I generally assume this is a very tedious job because you are looking to the technical aspect. So it's like a marriage between the design and the execution. You're there in between to make sure that everything is intact, which I feel is can only be done by a very observant person, which means there's so much of focus and attention paid. So, which part of this process do you enjoy the most, and why do you enjoy this even?
Honestly, I enjoy being a specification writer, which I'm unfortunately away currently to a certain extent from my current job as a managing director. But uh, I really enjoy sitting down with architects and engineers and around table. I'm still an old-fashioned guy, sitting around the table, having drawings, going through the plan, imagining the building, poking holes where are missing elements, what still we need to put, how can we enhance the specifications, what are the elements that we still need the designer didn't think of, and coordinating with him to change to come out with the specifications as coherent as possible, and that helps the design and helps to translate the design into proper words. This is honestly what I like to do, and I've done for a very long time.
Do you look at it like in an artistic way, the work that you do? It is, I mean,
In
for
a
me, it sounds like an art.
It is an art, but I'm far away from that field. Uh, I look at it from a practical way. So I'm not an artist,
Yeah.
but I do. I'm more of a person that tries to take things to reality. So I want to make sure the material that the architect, which is the artist, and the interior designer and the engineers, so take these design and ideas and translate it into using it in a material that can actually deliver what he hopes to get at the end of the day.
Do you feel there are more people required in your field of work?
Yes.
And are there enough training schools for it?
No.
Okay.
Yes, there is a demand on specification writers, and across the past 10 years, and I'm happy to see today the rise in demand on specifications. That shows that we've been at the right direction as CNB. I'm happy that there are currently multiple specification writers in the market. I know most of them. I'm friends with most of them. Some of them, I even worked with them for a long period of time. I'm proud of a lot of them, looking at where we started and where we reached. So, unfortunately, there is no school or university that teaches you how to
Like
write.
how would interior design or an architect or an engineer, there is a set process and a school to it. There is none.
I don't think even they learn it as even a course. Unfortunately, that's not there. We're trying to help,
Right.
and over the course of the past 10 years, our office in Beirut has been participating in trainings and co-op programs with universities
Nice.
to get engineers to come train for a couple of months and learn how specifications is done. We started that approach over here in our office in Ras Al Khaimah, and with the help of Omar and Rayan, in the future we will be going more towards universities to try to cooperate with them on how to get engineers over to try to at least give them a glimpse of what's there. Because having the understanding of materials can help them excel in their design, to know the boundaries of the material, what he can use, what he cannot use, is a very important element in his design in the future. Another thing that we've done over the past couple of years is training sessions that we've worked with multiple entities like the Engineering Syndicate in Beirut. We've worked with AIA over here several times, and we've done multiple sessions of the importance of specifications, about trainings on building materials. At the end of the day, specifications is about how to write the properties of the material, and the best way is to train on and learn with practice how to do it, and learn how to think and analyze. That's it. Simple.
And have you recruited any people from within the pool of these trainings that you provided?
To a certain extent, yes. We did some.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Well, is there, it's a follow-up question on what I already asked you, is what drives you personally in this field? Now, if you've gone, like you said, since you're in college, you've been doing this. What drives you, and is there any moment that sort of inspired you to keep it going? Now, if as a story, if, let's say somebody who's looking to enter this field, if they hear, it'll be an interesting story for them to know.
Personally, the biggest inspiration for me was my dad, and looking at him and learning from him, and seeing his passion towards specifications particularly. And today, the vision we set together with the founding partners 15 years ago is the main driver into trying to make a small influence and a small change to make sure that specifications is properly delivered on site. And we do have a plan for the coming years.
Was there any turning point that sort of, because if somebody has to do something for 15, 20 years, you need to really fall in love with it. So
yes.
My question was, is there any moments that sort of pivoted it for you?
Yes, there was. Working in Darpuni in India for 4.5 years.
Oh, lovely. You lived in Pune?
Yes.
Oh my God. So you speak Hindi then?
No, fortunately not.
Oh wow. That's an interesting story then.
Yes.
With who were you working in Pune?
I was working with Al Handasa
okay.
in Pune office.
Okay.
And I was proposed to move and create a unit of specifications there. And eventually I went over and I worked for 4.5 years.
Wow.
That was a very important element in my life, which gave me a very big change and different aspect of how to look at specifications. I was able to do what we were not able to do in other offices. I was able to experiment and try new ideas and methodologies of work, which to a very big extent helped in resolving a lot of problems that we used to face to get the information to be able to prepare the specifications. And that's at the core of our way of work today in CNB. So if I hadn't been into India, I wouldn't have been able to do those testings and experiments, and I think I would have lost a very good opportunity to to uh, to excel
At what you
in
do
the
today.
way we're doing it and change the original way and evolve. That's the best way to say it.
How far back was this being in India?
From 2010, end
Okay.
of 2011 till
Okay.
2015.
Interesting.
It is.
For me, it's a new discovery. Now I can, connect more.
It honestly, it was it was a very good. It was one of the best things that happened to me in my career, as far as learning. You always learn. There's always something to learn. You
Yeah.
will never stop learning
That's for
until
sure.
the end of your life.
Yeah.
And those 4 years and a half were very good to me in my career. Unfortunately, it was on the expense of my family at that point. But as far as my career is concerned, it made me look at things differently, experiment. I worked with multiple people at that point that were very supportive. I had a team, and it was one of the first times we actually have a team of 14 specification writers in the office. So it was interesting.
And you've traveled across India during that phase? Or been mostly in Pune? Okay.
Went
Interesting.
to Delhi, went to definitely Mumbai.
Yeah,
Go through Mumbai.
Ah.
So very small areas around.
Well, for me, it's an interesting discovery. And on that note, thank you for this conversation. Some interesting insights. And I wish you guys the very best for CNB
Thank you.
for years to come. And thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us, and thank you for a very lovely event. And wish you more progress and more to come.
Thank you very much, Mounir.
Thank you.